One day, I came to my sister's house and saw her rummaging in a trash bin. I was like, "Oh, honey, what are you doing?" "I'm trying to examine what types of waste I have. I'm going to sort all materials like paper, plastic, and metal and then recycle them." With some suspicion, but also curiosity, I joined this weird activity. After 2 hours investigation of how to sort things and lectures about the waste problem in our town, I decided that I am going to sort items and then recycle them, as my sister does. The thing was that she found a sorting station in our city. It looked like a small hub with numerous boxes inside. While my sister had already had some experience and understanding how to distinguish those boxes, I was like a disoriented kid left by their mom between giant product shelves in the supermarket. But the talkative and friendly consultant woman didn't leave me alone. She taught me the differences between all recyclable and non-recyclable materials we brought with my sister to the station. Afterwards, I collected every single piece of paper, plastic wrappings, and food cans in my wardrobe. Why my wardrobe? Well, while my sister was open to collect some garbage in her house, my parents were skeptical about my new hobby. So I hid huge bags with sorted materials in my wardrobe. Time passed and I continued recycling. But the more I collected, the more exhausted it was. My room became a small landfill. I felt the trash occupied my space and heavily blew on me from my wardrobe. Once I read the book Zero Waste Home by Bea Johnson, and I was impressed that according to her 5R rules, refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, wrote, recycling was at the fourth stage to become more eco-friendly. Later, I realized that I was blind to the typical recycling myth, and you probably have the same view of recycling as me in the past. Let me tell you the truth about recycling and show 5 solutions to the common mistakes we make during this process. Fact number 1. Any materials can't be recycled if they are covered with food. Even if a container is recyclable, if there is food waste on it, it's likely to be rejected. For example, you ordered a pizza. The box is made from the paper. Fortunately, I can recycle it. But what's the problem? In short, the paper is often spoiled with oil, sauce, and food waste from the pizza. When recycling, the machines cannot extract the oil. In paper recycling, the paper is mixed with water. When that happens, contaminants like food grease and crumbs will ruin the whole batch. That's why it's better to compost the greasy pizza boxes. If you want to put recyclable materials into recycling bins, wash out your plastic bottles and containers and food cans. Fact number 2. Many plastics being produced today on a massive scale are not currently recycled. There are thousands of different plastics, each with its own composition and characteristics. They all include different chemical additives and colorants, which cannot be recycled together. For example, polyethylene terephthalate cannot be recycled with high-density polyethylene, or polyvinyl chloride, or low-density polyethylene, or polypropylene, or polystyrene, or others. It sounds scary, but we have to know our enemies' faces. They all must be separated for recycling, because they made from different components. Learn which recycling symbols correspond to what types of plastics, so that you know what is recyclable and not recyclable. Fact number 3. Did you know that you cannot recycle a paper cup? The paper part of these cups are covered with thin layer of plastic, which is why our cups don't turn out sodden. When I organized training to teach people how to sort properly, they were always confused. I recommend you to buy your own cup and bring it with you to the coffee shop. Avoid disposable cups, bottles, containers, and cutlery, and switch them to multiple-use ones. Fact number 4. Recycling costs more than producing new things. Often, plastics have multiple layers of materials, called multiple-layer plastics, or MLP. This includes toothpaste containers and chip packets, and it currently have no market to recycle them. This is because the energy cost is actually higher than producing new things out of virgin materials. Buy products that use recycled material content. Celebrate brands that use post-consumer recycled content and advocate for your brands to do so. Fact number 5. There are always a finite number of times you can recycle materials before send them to the landfill. You can recycle copy paper and notebooks around 5 times before they are made into toilet paper or paper towels. Paper is made of fibers that, when they're recycled 5 times, are too small to produce new things out of virgin materials. Plastic bottles and containers can be recycled 2-3 times before they reach their end of life. Hopefully, glass, steel, and aluminium lose no quality during recycling, and you can recycle them endlessly. Reduce your waste as much as possible. Use tissue bags and napkins. Forget about paper mails. Fill both sides of paper before sending it to recycling. And use your plastics as much as possible. There are many flaws in our recycling system. We must look at recycling as just a part of the solution, but a crucial part. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of a difference you want to make. Jane Goodall. You are a part of the world. The Earth doesn't belong to us, we belong to it. There is no planet B. So let us choose an eco-friendly and rational lifestyle and work toward sustainable and garbage-free world. Thank you.